back, Paul?
Probably since the 90s.
Right.
So I have a low back issue. It sometimes switches from one side to the other.
Yeah.
But more recently, it's a lot longer.
Right.
And it's actually going now more into my hip.
Right. Turn around. Cool. And you don't smoke, do you?
No.
Teasing. It's actually for your highest good, yeah? There are things that everybody in the audience could do better for their health. You could relax more. You could take more exercise, drink more good water, eat more fresh fruit and vegetables. Everybody in this audience could take the steps to improve their health, and he recommends small steps that are consistent. Now you can feel him, he's working on your neck and your shoulders first, all right, because he's got to look at your whole spine. It's not sufficient just to look at the lower part of the spine. And he's almost getting you to lean back on my arm. You can feel that?
Okay.
Yeah. Now, whenever there's a problem with our spine, in the English language, there's a couple of sentences, words, phrases. One is spineless, when somebody's a coward. The other one is making a rod for their own back. And people can do different things within themselves, and that can affect the spine. Now he's telling me that you're a little bit indecisive. Does that make sense? What he's saying is your energies are scattered in lots of different directions.
Okay.
You start going off one direction, and then you change direction, you go off another way, and then you find something else. Does that sound like you?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what's happening in the energy of your back. You need to decide what is most important, and what is most important is you.
Okay.
You having inner vision to see you. When we're kids, we all want attention. I remember being one of three, and everybody wants attention. Everybody wants to get on mummy's knee, yeah? What we need to do is we need to give ourselves attention. You've got to be able to see you as a spiritual being and really see you. Now, once you start seeing you, you will then be able to say no to some things.
Okay.
You can't say no to things when you're not clear on who you are and why you're here.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah.
Right. It becomes easy to say no to things, like cigarettes, when you know who you are, what a divine being you are, and what good you could do on the planet if you were here for longer. All right. So the clearer you can get on who you are,
Yep.
and why you're here, then you can say no to the things that are like periphery things that'll just take your money, your time, your energy,
Okay.
and focus you on what's important. All right.
Okay.
Now you are here to do energy work.
Mhm.
Have you already started doing energy work?
No.
All right. Well, you're here to do energy work.
Okay.
Now, I don't know what format that energy work's going to take. I don't know. But that's what you're here to do. So if you're going to here to do energy work, then the first thing you better start doing is pay attention to energy.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah. My back is on fire.
Yeah. So you've got to pay attention to energy. You've got to pay attention to what's affecting you. I was stood in a hotel lobby. I can tell you where it was. It was the Radisson by Palace or something in Southend-on-Sea. I'd stood there not a minute and I got a headache. And I thought, I didn't have a headache when I walked in. Is it stuffy in here? It was a bit warm. And then I thought, I'll just put on my Wi-Fi analyzer and I'll see how much Wi-Fi is in the area. It was through the bloody roof. And you've got to be aware of what's affecting you, other people, your own thoughts,
Okay.
how you hold your shoulders.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah.
Yeah, posture.
Yeah.
Right. It's not so long ago, is it? Ladies used to walk around with books on there. I remember as a kid having to walk around with a book on my head to get good posture. We've forgotten that, haven't we? We've forgotten. The chairs are not conducive. I mean, please find me a comfy chair. Yeah? Sofas. Are they really comfy? No, they're not. They look beautiful. They look great. You sit in them and it's like, we have now got a comfy sofa in New Zealand at long last. Had to drag Andrew away from it to come on a UK tour So when there's pain in your spine, it's because your physical life isn't in alignment with who you know yourself to be inside.
Okay.
And you're quite gentle, and you're also very creative, but you've sort of suppressed all of that to just be what you think you've to be, to impress others out there.
Sorry, this is just really weird because you're actually describing, and you don't even know me. You're describing my whole personality and everything, and you just don't even know me.
All right, I'll tell you this. Words were created to obscure feeling. All I've got to do is feel you. I can feel you. Yeah? You've just got to believe in yourself more. You've got to believe that you are a creative force. You're a force for good. And you've got to be aware of how energies affect you, and then how using energy you can affect others. And forget about the words. Forget about the words. Yeah, how would our world be if we taught children to feel and really care and care for each other in the class right from day one? You know, and educated the heart rather than the head. Because that stuff is in knowledge in here. It's crazy. It's knowledge, and some of it wasn't even true. Harvard Medical School, at the end of the year, the professor emeritus stands up there and he says, "Oh, well done, you've studied for so hard, you are the creme de la creme, you're the best doctors on the planet, blah, 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 you've studied so long, for 5 years, whatever. As we send you out into the world, me and my esteemed colleagues, we've just got 2 things to say to you. Number 1, half of what we told you was not true, and we don't know which half." We've got to do better, haven't we? We've got to do better. And I'd much rather in schools they encourage creativity and music and drama, which is like an expression of feelings, teaching kids to communicate and express themselves better. You would have been brilliant doing more drama at school. Did you hold yourself back from it?
No, I actually used to do drama.
Yeah.
It's the one subject where you can like really don't have to be yourself. You can actually do other things, but
That's
you're actually
right.
playing a character.
Yeah, but you got to express different aspects of yourself. You present yourself through that,
Okay.
which is good. It's good. Drama's very, very good because in taking on a role, you then start to see the role you're playing in life. We're all playing a role, guys. Yeah, I did a workshop in New Zealand. My assistant, my PA, came on the workshop, and midway through the workshop, she wanted to know what's in my head and what's real, you know, in terms of her experiences. Was she telling herself something, or was it real? And the teacher that was with me was Dr. Augusto, and he said, "My dear, you're making it all up, your whole life. You're telling yourself a story in here about who you are, who your mum is, who your dad is, who your brothers and sisters are, what your role is in life, what your gifts are. You're telling yourself a story." Yeah, acting helps us, you know, as you take another role, you start to see who you've been pretending to be.
Okay.
Yeah. Drama also it allows us to experience grief, loss, anger, and examine those feelings, those raw emotions from like an independent, like third party kind of look at those, rather than them be in them and not be able to get out of them. A lot of the problems people have with their feelings is they think of it as my grief or my despair or my hopelessness. You can't own it, it's not yours. It's a chemical within you that's been triggered by a series of thoughts that you've had. And if you can either get yourself around people who don't think the same way as you do that can lift you, or get yourself out into nature, or walk around looking up at the clouds. That was an old 1950s cure for depression. Go out and look at the clouds. There's reasons why that works. Or change your thoughts. You'll change then the chemical reaction in your body. We've still to get down to the bit where the problem is. We're working our way down, but we're getting there. And here is the root of the problem. You've held in your power. You don't express yourself as forcefully as you could do. When you were growing up, was there a male around you that was a little bit aggressive, a little bit loud? Could have been a teacher, could have been a parent or a grandparent, an uncle, can be anybody like that was a bit loud and a bit angry. And at a deep, deep level, you probably thought, I don't want to be like that, I don't want to ever be like that. But there may be times in your life where you need to bring that aspect of you through more.
Sorry, I've just got strange sensations going through my fingers, that's all.
What's it feeling like?
It's just the weirdest sensation through my hands.
Walk around a bit, see how your back feels.
No way. No way, that pain was there tonight.
Oh man, you stood straight up, Paul.
His back looks good now, doesn't it?
His back looks a lot straighter.
Amazing, eh?
There's just no pain there whatsoever. My hamstrings have always been tight. I've never ever been able to do that. Ever.
Can there?
Pretty cool, right?
Wow. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Right.
You're welcome.